been made and the questions we've asked, all they do is shoot the messenger and accuse us. Vijay, thanks so much for joining us and bringing us the updates in that story.
Cash for trust.
DMK MLA said that the AIDMK party had gained the numbers by paying out money.
Cash for votes.
Income tax report says that solid proof available with the election commission to show money was distributed to the voters in RK Nagar constituency.
Cash for support.
The auction of MLAs was being done. OPS and his brokers were plotting to oust EPS.
Cash for symbol. Cashing in on coffin.
After all attempts failed, the OPS faction has come up with novel idea of using the replica of Jayalalitha's mortal remains to seek votes in RK Nagar.
Cash for cancer.
Gutka is being sold illegally in Tamil Nadu by the blessings of a top country, babus and police officials.
Cash for Supari hit.
You have sent a letter to the Home Secretary regarding your threat to your life. Already I gave one message. I don't know after that what happened.
Now, cash for VIP perks.
Sasikala, who has been convicted in DA case, is getting VVIP treatment in jail. There are rumors she paid huge bribes to officials for this.
Tamil Nadu politics. All cash, no credibility.
Some of the other stories in brief now. After skipping CBI summons, former Union Minister P. Chidambaram's son, Karthi Chidambaram, moved the Madras High Court seeking quashing of the FIR by the CBI. This is in connection with the INX media kickbacks case. The next hearing in the case is scheduled for the 28th of July. After Siddaramaiah government demanded a separate flag, state flag for Karnataka, sources have told Times Now that the Congress High Command is miffed with the Chief Minister. In fact, the newly appointed Karnataka in charge, K.C. Venugopal, discussed the issue with the Chief Minister and clarified that no decision has been taken to allow a separate state flag. Patiala House Court directed Delhi police to de-seal the suite at Leela Hotel where Sunanda Pushkar's body was found within 4 weeks, adding that if they fail to conclude the investigation, they may approach the court for extension. Meanwhile, the SIT is likely to submit the status report in the case on Saturday. T.R. Ziliang won the trust vote in the Nagaland Assembly today, the win coming 2 days after he was reappointed the Chief Minister amid high drama. Ziliang won 47 out of the 59 votes in the House, while the former Chief Minister backed only 11 votes. Well, that's all in this edition of the Live Wire, but don't go anywhere. Coming up is a super exclusive story lined up for you, so stay tuned.
Times Now mega investigation. Election, donation, suppression. 2 years before polls, the big setback.
Good evening, you're on Nation Wants to Know. I'm Anand Narsimhan, and this Friday evening, it's a mega investigation that Times Now has unearthed. It's the cricket fixing league that we'll talk about. Can you score 12 runs or one ball? It's possible, and we'll tell you how and why. And the dynamics of this story, which goes right into the corridors of the BCCI, up to the ICC, and also into the corridors of power in the Rajasthan government. Yes, there's a lot to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, after the headlines. It's a super prime time on Times Now this Friday evening. Stay tuned to your channel for 3 sensational exposés. The first one coming up in less than a minute from now.
चीन ने कहा अभी I want to mediate in Kashmir. किसी को तो आपको इस्तेमाल करना पड़ेगा बातचीत करने हम कौन.
As tensions simmer between India and China, Farooq Abdullah stuns all by batting for Beijing. The National Conference veteran calls for China mediation in Kashmir.
मेरी राय है कि कश्मीर इज इंडिया एंड इंडिया इज कश्मीर और ये हमारा इंटरनल मैटर है.
Rahul has no answers on his dinner date with the Chinese envoy, but rebuts his allies' stand on Kashmir, says no outsider should get involved.
इलेक्शन 8 अगस्त को पूरा होगा 10-11 अगस्त 15 अगस्त को वो भी मैं डिसाइड करूंगा.
After the humiliating defeat in the presidential polls, Congress faces existential crisis in Gujarat. Senior leader and former Chief Minister Shankar Singh Waghela quits from all party posts just months before the state elections. Tamil Nadu government's efforts to shield top cop TK Rajendran exposed. Times Now accesses Tamil Nadu Chief Secretary's affidavit, where she flatly denies having received the income tax letter on the Gutka scam. It's Star Wars in Tamil Nadu. After the Talaivar, Kamal Hassan hints at taking the political plunge, while the BJP bats for Neta Rajni, DMK woos the Vishwarupam hero.
Does it become a little too much? You can bear with one, you can bear with two, but it goes on. I think it's time to stop it.
The governor versus government fight takes a bizarre turn in Puducherry. Parody posters allegedly sponsored by the Congress show Kiran Bedi as Adolf Hitler. And cloudburst in Jammu claims 8 civilian lives. Times Now reports from ground zero, speaks to victims' families. Watch this match. Watch this moment. Absolutely sensational on the cricketing field, ladies and gentlemen. 12 runs, 1 ball. And the result is victory. Here's what happens.
मैच किधर जा रहा है. Oh my God! This is crime! वाइड की बाउंड्री, पहले तो वाइड, उसके बाद एक और चौका. तब अपनी लाइन भटक गए. उल्टा गेंद हवा में. क्या फील्डर वहां पहुंचेंगे? जी नहीं. 1 रन. तो जैसे ही फ्रंट में आए, फ्री हिट. ओहो, लो भैया, हो गया काम. गेम सेट एंड मैच हो जाएगा, क्योंकि वाइड के मिलेंगे 5 रन. इसी के साथ सिकर ने मुकाबला जीता 6 विकेटों से.
Could you believe that? Look at the run-up of that man. 1 ball is all he has to bowl. Keep it on the stumps. Anybody can do that. You and me, not have played cricket professionally, can do this. But look what happens in this league. 1 ball, 12 runs, 2 wides and a no ball. And there you go. That's the recipe. How to score 12 runs of 1 ball. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Cricket Fixing League. And here is the entire story.
2010 England, a British tabloid blows the lid of the spot fixing scandal. 2013, the Indian Premier League. 3 Indian players are caught in the spot fixing net. And now in 2017, the fix spreading across the subcontinent. It starts with the Jaipur police seizing cash, 14 fixers arrested, linked to mushrooming T20 leagues.
इसमें जो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स थे कुछ, वो लोग जो उनके जो प्रोमोटर्स दिल्ली में बैठे हुए थे, कुछ इसमें एम्पायर्स और कुछ जो प्लेयर्स थे, इनके बीच में मिली भगत थी और इसमें ये लोग बहुत गैम्बलिंग और बेटिंग हो रही थी और उसके बेसिस पे ये लोग स्पॉट फिक्सिंग करते थे और ये लोग जो साधन यूज करते थे वो वायरलेस या मोबाइल यूज करते थे.
And did incidents like these raise serious questions when 12 runs were conceded of just one ball, which included 2 unbelievable wides. But Times now unearthed a web of tournaments with dubious ties to fixers, stretching from Hyderabad to Kathmandu, Nepal, where the lid was blown during the dodgy Asian Premier League by local media. Fixers, a godman and a global web. But there's a stunning political link, that of a former Rajasthan minister, patron of the body running the racket. The con doesn't end there. Their logo strikingly similar to that of the BCCI. Just the latest fixing scandal that shows the fix is still in. Bureau Report, Times Now.
Hyderabad, Rajasthan, Nepal, and at across other centers too. This is an international fixing league that the BCCI has taken serious umbrage to. The ICC has said this is illegal, this should not happen. We will talk about all of that, but I just can't get over this, ladies and gentlemen. They are so brazen that they have given you the trick or how to play, how to score 12 runs of one ball with only one proper run being scored. This is how it's done.
मैच किधर जा रहा है? ओह माय गॉड, दिस इज क्राइम. वाइड की बाउंड्री, पहले तो वाइड, उसके बाद एक और चौका. तब अपनी लाइन भटक गए. उल्टा गेंद हवा में, क्या फील्डर वहां पहुंचेंगे? जी नहीं, 1 रन. तो जैसे ही फ्रंट में आए, फ्री हिट. ओहो, लो भैया, हो गया काम. गेम सेट एंड मैच हो जाएगा क्योंकि वाइड के मिलेंगे 5 रन. इसी के साथ सिकर ने मुकाबला जीता 6 विकेटों से.
You saw the emotion on the bowler's face. Oh my God, I should have bowled it wider. There was an outside chance that the wicketkeeper could have dove and stopped the ball. That's the emotion from the bowler's face that we made it out. The police are calling it fixing. They are calling it's a fixing league. The BCCI is saying it does not have our sanction. The ICC says this does not have our sanction. But this is a group, this is a league that is mushrooming and prospering across various pockets, not just in India, but abroad too. Saad bin Jung, Atul Vasan, good evening. Arvind Singh, who's brought us this story from Jaipur with us live. It's raining there, Arvind, but you're live with us, and Karishma also with us from Delhi. Arvind, take us through the details before I go to Saad and Atul Vasan, because one of our 2 panelists has burnt his fingers and then realized what's going on there and then said, I've got nothing to do with this kind of hanky-panky business, I'm getting away from it. And we'll hear it from that gentleman too in a bit. But Arvind, tell us what the entire story is, what the police say in Jaipur.
Yes, Anand, as you were telling to our viewers that
12 runs were scored in last over of that match, but the records are being made in such kind of Premier Leagues being held, particularly this Rajputana Premier League we are talking about. The last day on 17th, when the Jaipur police has raided the KL Saini Stadium in Mansarovar area of Jaipur, the match between Ajmer and Bhilwara was going on, and it would surprise our viewers that the favorite to win was Bhilwara for the spectators on the ground, but bookies wanted that Ajmer should win, and finally the match gone tied. So the records are being made in these kind of sports game where bettings are being done and the results are being fixed.
Right.
As far as this Rajputana Premier League is concerned, this was scheduled from July 11 to 21. Today it was scheduled to end today, but Jaipur police has ended this game earlier, 4 days earlier than it was scheduled. What Jaipur police investigation has revealed that this is an interstate, international racket going on, and even they are hiring the sports channel to do the live of these matches so that the betting can take place easily. Jaipur police has arrested 14 people, out of which only 2 belongs to Rajasthan and 14 belongs to Haryana, Delhi and Punjab and other places. What police is telling us is in Jaipur right now that...
No, the fact is we've just lost Arvind there for a bit because of inclement weather. We'll try and get him back, but you saw, ladies and gentlemen, as Arvind was speaking, the number of players who were participating, lot of former international stars who are part of this league. Atul Vasan, this is some real argy-bargy business going there in these leagues, which are mushrooming across the country and internationally too.
I know, it shows that, the intent I thought was brilliant, to get the local players involved in T20 leagues and, district level T20 leagues, city and town league where, it'll throw up good players that they can go on to play for the state. But eventually it has gone in the hands of, these dark characters. And you were right, actually, I got suckered into it, knowing that a big channel was going to televise it. So I thought the channels should do their due diligence, it is up to them. They can't just say, okay, we've got the product, we'll put it in and we'll make the money. What you're dishing out and understood that they are not sanctioned leagues. I thought they were sanctioned because once the state leagues like Tamil Nadu Premier League is there, Hyderabad, Jharkhand League is there, I'm sure they have taken permission because the state players are playing in it. I mean, some leagues which don't have any players of anywhere, they were just playing club cricketers, and I was shocked to see that, okay, a cricketer in me sees that there could be the glorious uncertainties of the game, but eventually I thought that, oh my God, this can't be happening with such regularity. So I said, no, better to bail out. I went to Nepal for a couple of days, saw what was happening, and said, this is not my piece of cake. I thought the channel will do something. They were not doing anything. So I said, okay, so be it.
True, and we just got more news. These, like you said, you thought they had sanction. Now I have a paper from the BCCI and a message from the ICC, which both say they do not have the sanction. I'm not going to be able to show it on my camera. I'll try and increase the brightness of the camera if I can and show it to you, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. The International Cricket Council has termed the controversial Asian Club Premier League 2020 cricket as disapproved cricket event as the tournament continues to be played in Nepal. An ICC letter to the associate members on the 12th of June, seen by Post on Thursday. The World Cricket Governing Body says this is a disapproved cricket and members should not issue any NOCs for this event. And then we have the BCCI saying unapproved tournament Rajputana League. Dear sir, please bear with the printout of the nature of it. It says it is hereby mentioned to you that the tournament Rajputana Premier League is scheduled to be played in Jaipur. Kindly note that the BCCI has not approved this league and you are requested to bring this to the notice of the players and also approach your local body. That is what it says. And it is signed Amitabh Chaudhary, Acting Secretary of the BCCI. Karishma, very clearly, there is no sanction for these leagues. How are they being played and how is it that they are getting patronage?
Well, yes, Anand, absolutely. These leagues have nothing to do with the BCCI. We, in fact, spoke to some of the BCCI officials who say that, these leagues have no sanction from the BCCI. They have nothing to do with the BCCI. And the only thing that the BCCI is saying is that, they want to be in a position where they can take some strict, firm action against people who are organizing these leagues. They want to speak to, whosoever is in the leadership at the moment, the Committee of Administrators, tell them about what is happening with these leagues, how they are, ruining the reputation by, using the fake logo as well, which is very similar to that, that of the BCCI, and then they want to take some sort of an action and do something about it, so that, it is not, these sort of leagues don't keep happening, which is like a, bed of gambling and fixing, which is taking place here.
True. Karishma, I'll come back to you in just a bit. Just going across to Sadmin Jung with that logo. Now, I hope we have put that out, Saad, and if you have a television set next to you, just see the logo that they have got is so similar to the BCCI. It is with the intent to fraud. It is the intent with the intent to fool. And no wonder they have unearthed such a business going on there, nefarious business going on there. I still can't get over that 12 runs of one ball. But go ahead, Saad.
Anand, listen, it certainly breaks today's cricket's monopoly on sleaze. And I'll get to the logo later. But for heaven's sake, who the hell is BCCI or the ICC to say that someone can play cricket or not, or that another club can come and hold a cricket tournament or not? They're absolutely nobody. Now, what the BCCI could have done is come in as elder brothers that supported the system and said, listen, this is where you will go wrong because this is where we went wrong, and this is how you can put it right. Instead of again trying to be a monopoly, which by the way has been opined by the Supreme Court, and saying, oh, we haven't said you can play, don't allow them to play, don't let these players play for any other league. No, that is wrong. That is where BCCI goes wrong all the time. And I heard one of the commentators in the Nepali channel, whatever I could understand, Anand, and this is where Atul needs to be really careful. They were saying that even the commentators are involved. And I didn't know that Atul was part of it then, but this is terrifying. I mean, this has taken sleaze to a completely different level. I hope this doesn't exist in the IPL. Investigation will tell if it existed or not. What my point here is that the BCCI should be elder brothers to anyone trying to support cricket, and instead of trying to control it. Now, as far as the logo goes, yes, fine. Go ahead and file a charge in the court against them.
Yeah.
But understand that you are the elder brother of cricket.
True, they are the elder brother, but if this is what the sibling is going to do, then the BCCI would rather say they are illegal and wash their hands of it. Say we've got nothing to do with these kind of because their intent, sir. There is a godman there in the middle of the field. There is a former minister who's listed as the patron-in-chief and the person running this league. There are people openly fixing. That 12th man is actually walking across and telling them what to do. And if you had any doubts, yes, Atul, yes.
Wash your hands of the IPL also.
Let Atul.
Your hands of the IPL.
Sir, this is brazen, sir. The cops have caught them fixing.
No, I tell you.
Yes, Atul.
Yeah. You know what happens is, I have first of all, let me tell my close mate Saad, that he's being naive, saying that if the BCCI or ICC puts a hand around them to do the things right. These guys have gotten together to do this only. That is their agenda. This is the premise of the whole league. You realize now, but my issue is, the bigger issue is because the channels who are showing it are showing official cricket also for the BCCI. IPL is being showed and Indian test matches are being showed. So these channels, if they carry any kind of cricket, whether they have sanctions or not, first of all, the channels could have said that, okay, if you don't have sanctions, we'll not show you. But they are a business, so I can't hold that against them. Having said that, once you involve people saying that it's going to be on a particular channel, it gives them validation, it gives them some entitlement. For other people to get involved who are not involved, when they see, the whole thing is the only business model, the revenue model is only fixing. There's no other model. There are no spectators. There are no sponsors.
Well, let's see.
Add 2 and 2.
Now that
one time you can get away.
We will need.
You can get away with the logo one time. But if it happens with regularity, then the criminality is there.
Point taken. Saad and Atul. Beg your pardon.
Anand, let me finish this.
Sir, I have to take a break. Okay. Okay, Saad.
Anand, listen. As long as you knew that the IPL was completely full of sleaze, you couldn't control it. Today the Supreme Court has come in and even the Supreme Court is finding it difficult. So for heaven's sake, why did you take your hands off the IPL?
No, but they took action.
They
took action. The fact is that earlier first up itself, this league did not have sanction. Secondly, the other part is that it was broadcast on a channel that claims to put out sport, good quality sport. So there was a certain level of trust that was attached to it. But people realized that there was argy-bargy business going on, and here's why. We have to take this break. On the way out, 12 runs in one ball. I still can't get over it.
की मैच किधर जा रहा है? Oh my God! This is crime! वाइड की बाउंड्री, पहले तो वाइड, उसके बाद एक और चौका, तब अपनी लाइन भटक गए। उल्टोस गेंद हवा में, क्या फील्डर वहां पहुंचेंगे? जी नहीं, एक रन। तो जैसे ही फ्रंट में आए, फ्री हिट। ओहो, लो भैया, हो गया काम, गेम सेट एंड मैच हो जाएगा, क्योंकि वाइड के मिलेंगे 5 रन। इसी के साथ सिकर ने मुकाबला जीता 6 विकेटों से।
Times now, mega investigation. Election, donation, suppression. 2 years before polls, the big setback.
big wides down the leg side, and then you have the no ball, how you can score 12 runs of one ball. But this cricket fixing league extends into Nepal. We've got Madan, the assistant editor of Janta TV, joining us at this point on the broadcast on Nation Wants to Know, who exposed this report in Nepal. Madan, thank you for talking to us. Can you tell us the details of the story and how you put this out?
The venue of the game was in Nepal. That's why I saw this game. But when I saw this game, I think the game is not fair. Because there was a ball on the hand who was near to boundary, but he threw the catch out of the boundary. That's why I think the game is not fair. That's why I started the special investigation with my team. And the second, maybe this was the 18th, I think 17th, 18th, I forgot the date. But this was the 5th or 6th game on the Nepal, which had been being in the 5th or 6th match. Later it comes to know me. And the second day when it comes to know me, the second day I went to the ground and see the whole game. There was a big man. Later it comes to know that he was a Mani Aka Manbir. He was the one of the. He looks like official. He looks like the 12th player and team manager also.
Tell us a little more. How did this? What was the entire modus operandi, and did you also receive threats?
I was live on the match between the two matches. I was on the Tribhuvan International Cricket Stadium. I saw that when the one over is completed and before the second over, every time when they need, they send a boy with the water bottle on the ground. They discuss something, and when he comes to the pavilion and when the bowler start bowling, then either there was wicket or it should be 4th or 6th, of course. And every time when the over is completed and the break for the water or something, and every time there was either wicket or 4 or 6.
Well, so this is what was happening. This is Madan, Atul. This is one of the Janta TV reporters when they did this entire story and broke this story. Saad, he's also explained the modus operandi and that there were people who are standing there and brazenly fixing the games. And this is the same league that is operating in Rajputa in Jaipur. It's operating in Hyderabad. It's operating in Noida.
Is it for me?
Me, Anand, or is it Atul to go?
No, I'm asking you, Saad, and then I'll bring in Atul.
All right. Listen, Anand, we need to learn a lot from what is happening here because this has really come out in the open and it's transparent. But the real question, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and the question is that who's hurt? And where is the question of breach of trust over here? Because these teams don't represent my country or my state. And it really is a matter of a company, a registered society or whoever they are, and they have their sanction from the government by their registration. I'm sure they have the registrations in order. If they have the registrations in order, then they're going to go and play a couple of sixes and do their own thing, and the televisions are willing to carry it. Who is it hurting? Then nobody is getting hurt over here, and I think they need to be they need to be spoken to, and they need to be explained what the meaning and spirit of cricket is, and BCCI must move in and bring them back on even keel, Anand. It is wrong to actually turn around and say, no, you're wrong, because the precedent that has been established for them is only bad. No good precedents have been established by cricket in India over the past so many years. So we need to bring these people back. We need to get these rogue players or these rogue people who set up these organizations back into the fold of the spirit of cricket, Anand.
No, fold of spirit of cricket is all. Understand that is because you are the eternal optimist, Saad bin Jung, but Atul Vasan saw it firsthand, and he says their only intent was to make money by cheating, by fixing. Atul.
Exactly. So there is actually, let me clarify, there is no content of cricket in this. This is blatant criminality and cheating. And they're cheating gullible suckers who are hooked on and addicted to gambling, and they have to gamble on something live every day. I mean, somebody was showing me and tried to tell me the business model of something which is going on the phones these days. It's called GameKingIndia.com. You can play roulette, and the guy comes and collects money every day and sends it abroad. So I mean, this is what is happening. So what's when Saad say who's cheating? So criminals are cheating. These unfortunate or thieves are cheating the criminals, because in India to bet illegally is a crime. So thieves are cheating criminals, first of all. Second of all, I mean, looking at the cricket and talking about cricket is pointless in this discussion, because we know, and imagine, we are talking about these club cricketers. Imagine, I mean, you are shocked about one ball 12 runs. Let me tell you, a international team lost an international match sanctioned by ICC by giving away 48 runs in the last over, and Australia won. Can you name that one team? I'll give you one guess.
Well, cricket is a strange game, so there are things that happen which are stranger than fiction. But I still can't get over this 12 balls of 1 run, because this is absolutely brazen, especially after the cops have come out and said that this was all fixed, and we have visuals to prove that.
48 runs of the last ball. David Warner got those runs.
Come on, how is it different? Right, gentlemen, I have to take another short break. We've got more news coming in. We've got the BCCI responding. We've got another response coming through. Saad, I have to interrupt. Have to take this very short break. Do stay with us.
लगेगा कि मैच किधर जा रहा है। ओह माय गॉड, दिस इज क्राइम। वाइड की बाउंड्री, पहली तो वाइड, उसके बाद एक और चौका, तब अपनी लाइन भटक गए। उल्टोस गेंद हवा में, क्या फील्डर वहां पहुंचेंगे? जी नहीं, एक रन। तो जैसे ही फ्रंट में आए, फ्री हिट। ओहो, लो भैया, हो गया काम, गेम सेट एंड मैच हो जाएगा, क्योंकि वाइड के मिलेंगे 5 रन। इसी के साथ सिकर ने मुकाबला जीता 6 विकेटों से।
That's some of the unbelievable occurrences that have happened in these Rajputana Premier League, which has also seen this entire cricket betting fixing racket in the form of a league, which has also been televised by some channels, not just in Jaipur, but also in Hyderabad, in Noida, and it's also gone international with Nepal. The BCCI and the ICC terming these absolutely illegal, saying they have no sanction and no backing at all, and they've got nothing to do with these events where the police have said there is brazen fixing that's going on. Reaction coming in from the BCCI. Rajiv Shukla, IPL chairman, has reacted.
To curb, protect and dissuade all sorts of these activities, if the league is officially recognized by either state, association affiliated to BCCI or BCCI's leagues. Rest of the leagues are private leagues. What they are doing, we have got nothing to do.
Well, we are also getting a reaction from a former Anti-Corruption Bureau member, but we'll play that out after we get a quick comment from Atul Vasan. Atul, there is a reason why we are putting out this story. If there is something which is so brazen that's going on, there should have been somebody who would have taken notice. The Jaipur police, Rajasthan police have taken cognizance. But what happened in Hyderabad? What happened in Noida? What happened? These leagues were prospering there.
We don't. Yeah, well, you know, even the cricketers didn't get to know what was happening because anybody who's in the main frame is not playing. So, Mr. Shukla has said the right thing, because unless this is in the umbrella, board cannot stop all kind of cricket. You can have a tournament in your colony, and if some channel decides to send it live, what has the board got to do with it? Board cannot do anything. So it's foolhardy to believe that board can control and police all cricket. If it's under the cognizance of the board and they get the letter, then ACU kicks in. So then the product or the tournament comes under anti-corruption. So till that time, and it just came to me. I mentioned that match where Pakistan gave away 48 runs in last over. One of the 2 players in that team were in Nepal as well. So I think that's a coincidence, don't you think?
Well, there is no such thing as coincidence, is what people say. I'm not going to comment on what happened in an ICC sanction game because that is subject to investigation, but we are getting a reaction from Mr. Neeraj Kumar. He spoke to us on the phone a short while ago. Viren had the conversation.
Thanks so much for speaking to us. The arrest yesterday of 14 fixers alleged fixers in Jaipur has once again sort of raised the concerns, and we understand that the BCCI also had reached out to the Jaipur police to offer information which led to their arrest.
Yeah, that is right. The entire operation was based on information collected by us and given to the Jaipur police for necessary action.
Mr. Kumar, but do you think that this reiterates the sort of near and present danger that the BCCI has been talking about with these mushrooming T20 leagues which have no sanction either by the ICC or the BCCI?
Yes, it should be, because we have noticed this trend, and it is we who were the first to point this out and work on it. I hope the police action taken in Jaipur will send a message to such elements who are.
So confirmation there that the BCCI was aware there was the anti-corruption unit which did inform the Rajasthan and Jaipur police, collect the evidence, and then they took cognizant and punitive action. These people are behind bars, but there are still a lot of questions that remain. Times Now's investigation continues. Atul Wasan, Sadmin Jang, thank you very much. Taking a very, very short break here on Nation Wants to Know. Hina joins you with more on the other side.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on Nation Wants to Know. I'm Hina Gambhir. Let's talk about what's happening in Tamil Nadu, because every single day we are getting new signals, hints are being dropped, cryptic tweets are being put out, and now the latest is that superstar Kamal Haasan has actually written a letter to his fans, and once again he has criticized the present government. So is it now certain that we are likely to see superstars fighting for that political vacuum that has been created in Tamil Nadu ever since J. Jayalalitha died? That's the big story on Nation Wants to Know. We have with us S. Muralidharan, who's a social activist, joining us from Chennai. C. Rajshekharan, lawyer and activist, joining us from Chennai as well. Good evening to both of you. Let me go across to S. Muralidharan first. S. Muralidharan, do you think perhaps it is slowly and gradually coming to a point where we are likely to see this big fight between two superstars? On one hand, you have Rajnikant, where BJP is trying to woo him. On the other hand, you have Kamal Haasan, where we believe that perhaps DMK is trying to get him in. Your thoughts?
Possible, very much possible. But if you compare apple to apple between Kamal Haasan and Rajnikant, see, Kamal Haasan is a great actor, there's no doubt about it. But Rajnikant is an industry by himself. You know, he is one of the forerunners who taught even the Bollywood how to sell the product outside India. And he's a marketing wizard. You know, he could teach marketing to Philip Kotler. He's such a gentleman, and you will never see him coming in, appearing in commercials and things like that. Whereas you will see Kamal Haasan doing all kind of shows, private shows and public shows to earn money. So these are two things which will, differentiate these two gentlemen. And I'm sure that'll where Rajnikant will definitely score over Kamal Haasan.
Okay, Rajshekharan, what's your view? Do you think Kamal Haasan has got the same vote appeal perhaps that superstar Rajnikant has as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned?
Hina, you have to change the headline bar, because it cannot be BJP, Rajni and DMK, Kamal Haasan. It can only be Rajnikant plus Kamal Haasan is equal to Tamil Nadu.
We are getting hints every day. Do we not know? One second, Rajshekharan. One second, Mr. Rajshekharan. Okay, one second. Let me just respond to that first. One second.
Cannot divide Kamal Haasan and Rajnikant.
Let me first respond to your first point. Then I will let you complete your point. One second. Do we not know that BJP has been making various attempts to actually woo Rajnikant? Do we not know that DMK on the other hand is trying very hard to get in Kamal Haasan? How can you deny these facts?
Yes, Hina, I don't deny the fact that BJP is wooing Rajnikant and DMK is wooing Kamal Haasan. But nobody can win finally nobody can win, because Kamal Haasan and Rajnikant are two great friends. They have seen all thick and thin. They have seen Purachi Thalaivar MGR's government, they have seen DMK Patriya Karunanidhi's government, they have witnessed Jayalalitha's government. They were together for the past 40-50 years as friendship. In cinema they are together for 35-40 years. So they both are inseparable. Either it can be only Rajnikant and Kamal Haasan, or it can be Kamal Haasan supported by Rajnikant, or vice versa. But it cannot be different.
The situation, the way it is evolving in Tamil Nadu, don't you feel that we are slowly and gradually going to a situation where we are going to see either Neta Rajni winning or Neta Kamal Haasan, because both of them independently have been repeatedly dropping enough political hints?
Hina, Rajnikant and Kamal Haasan are not two different entities. They are same. They are together. They may be seen as two different icons in film industry, but when it comes to heart and mind, they are together. Either Kamal Haasan will support Rajnikant or Rajnikant will support Kamal Haasan. They have different.
Okay, that's your point of view. That's your point of view. Mr. Muralidharan, let me now get you as well inside. Okay, I got your point. I got your point, Mr. Rajshekharan. I completely got your point. It is your point of view. Yes. I want Mr. Muralidharan to respond to that fact. Can't we have a possibility of Neta Rajni versus Neta Kamal Haasan in Tamil Nadu?
Here for a simple reason. Rajinikanth carries a charisma which is almost equivalent to what M.G. Ramachandran had those days. Now, what we need... No, not my interpretation. Kamala Hassan, even commercially, he is still backward compared to Rajinikanth. Rajinikanth blockbusters earn much more than Rajinikanth.
But the intellectual of Tamil Nadu...
That directly relates to the fan following here. That relates to the fan following
Okay, fine, gentlemen. We don't know what's eventually going to happen. We are only following the hints that we've been getting repeatedly from both these superstars, and what we can clearly say that both these superstars are very interested in joining politics, and we are saying it after... Yes, absolutely. We'll have to see whether this trend of Tamil Nadu, wherein superstars have been making great politicians, whether this will continue or not. It will be something that we will continue to debate here on Times Now. I'll have to wind up this debate here. Thank you very much, Mr. Rajshekharan and Mr. Muralidharan, for joining us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. We'll have to see what happens in Tamil Nadu. There is a political vacuum, and we'll have to see who is able to fill that. More breaking news coming in. We have big breaking news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. We are given to understand that a truck carrying narcotics from POK was seized by police. 18 kg heroin worth crores of rupees was recovered. The driver in this case has been arrested and his questioning is underway. Mir Fareed, my colleague, joining us on the phone line for more on this. Yes, Fareed, give us more details.
Well, it is a huge drugs consignment that has been seized by the J&K police at the Trade Facilitation Center in Uri, Salamabad. It was a truck which was Srinagar bound from Muzaffarabad and was apparently carrying textiles as part of the cross-border trade. And the police got a tip-off. They stopped the truck. It was searched, and from there, as of now, 40 kgs of heroin has been recovered, which is probably worth crores of rupees in the international market. Now, this is not the first instance when the police has managed to intercept such a consignment. Previously, also, there have been instances where contraband has been, in fact, seized from various vehicles, and it is now quite apparent that this route is being increasingly used to smuggle in drugs. And in fact, this also gives further credence to the demand of the law enforcers, especially the police, for a full truck body scanner at Salamabad, which will help them to seize such drugs and also, importantly, weapons that may also be brought in through that route.
Yes, Mir Fareed, our J&K Bureau Chief, getting us that information. Well, that's it for the moment. Thank you very much for staying with us. Your Nation Wants to Know. Heading into a short break. More news lined up on the other side. Stay tuned.
Times Now mega investigation. Election, donation, suppression. 2 years before polls, the big setback.